Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss the lesson asanas in physical education and yoga. First we should understand asanas. In very layman language, asana indicates posture, but we are going to discuss yogic posture. So first we should understand what is the difference between postures and yogic posture. Postures, any pose, whether we are sitting, standing, it is a posture. When we understand awareness, when we introduce a component of awareness in the posture and breath awareness or synchronized breath movements, then it is yogic postures, it is yogasanas. So let us understand. In Patanjali Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga, asanas is step 3 after yam and niyam. We have discussed it, yama and niyamas, now asanas, this step 3rd. According to Patanjali Yoga context or Patanjali Yoga concept, asanas means postures in which we can sit comfortably for a period of time. And he described asanas as a sthiram sukham asana, means a comfortable and steady posture is asana. But in layman language, we can also understand asanas means asan. It's like a mat for the postures, for the sitting postures, and a postures only also. In yogic term, according to Patanjali, asanas is for a meditative postures. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, only meditative asanas is explained. But today we are going to discuss asanas of Hatha Yoga also. So first we should understand what is the difference of asanas of Patanjali Yoga and Hatha Yoga. In Hatha Yoga there are so many postures. It's not only the meditative postures. So we should understand clearly what is the asana in Patanjali Yoga and what is the asana of Hatha Yoga. According to Hatha Yoga concept, asanas is the means to attain the higher awareness. When we will have a still and comfortable body, then we can get still mind, a calm and peaceful mind. So by practicing asanas, by different postures, we can explore not only our personality but our mental faculties also. So we can get the expansion of our awareness. So when we are aware of our postures, then it is asanas in yogic term. So I think now you are clear what is the asanas and yogasanas, the yogic postures. So let us understand how we can start asanas. There is some particular, the traditional way to do asanas, to start the practice of asanas. So when we should start the asanas, first we have to be aware about its place, how we can do. So the traditional way to do asanas, the very good way to do in a proper yoga mat. It should be not rubber or plastic. So if it is of blanket or in traditional way, it is of khadi and the cotton is the better. So we have to be aware about the yoga mat, the place where we are going to practice. It should be very ventilated, fresh. There should be no any disturbance, any furniture. It's a proper enough space around the practitioner. So you have to be aware about the place also. So there is some precautions for the asanas practices. So we are going to discuss that. It is mentioned in your lesson also. So you have to be a very empty stomach after 3.5 hours of your full meal. You can do asanas. There should be no any tightness, no any accessories tight like wristwatch, belt. It should be removed because there should be proper movements, proper flow of prana. Otherwise, the flow of prana will be restricted and you will not get proper benefit of the practice of asanas. So these are the basic things, how to do asanas, how to prepare the place, the room for the asana practices. Now to begin, how we can start the classical asanas it is very difficult to start all the classical asanas in a very beginning. So, first we should learn, we should practice the pre-asanas practices. This is called Sukshma Vayam. This is the yogic warm up, the preparation of asanas. So, now we are going to discuss Sukshma Vayam. This is very interesting practices. Basically, Sukshma Vayam, it is called Pavanamuktasana Part 1 in Bihar School of Yoga tradition. It is the practice of all the synovial joints. So, what we do in Sukshma Vayam, we provide all the possible movements to the synovial joints in a synchronized manner with the breath and with awareness. Otherwise, we are using all the day our hands, we are moving it, but it is not practices of Sukshma Vayam. So, first we should understand what is the difference of daily body movements and what is the difference of the joints when we are doing Sukshma Vayam. That is, we introduce the awareness and a synchronized movement with the breath. So, first we will start with the leg joints practice, and we will see that how we are moving from one joints to other joints in a very synchronized, in a very disciplined way. So, first of all we have to do the toe bending, then ankle bending, after that knee joints practices, then hip joints practices. So, as we see in our leg joints, so first is the toes, then ankle, knee and hip. On that way we cover all the leg joints practices. So, let us see how we can do. So, this very second movement is the ankle bending. So, you have to stretch your legs, hands should be beside your hips, back straight. This is the Prarambhik Sthiti. This is the base position. All the Sukshma Vayam practices, the joints practices should be performed in this pose. Now, we are going to start. So, your legs and feet are straight and relaxed. There should be no any tightness in the feet. Then we can start the movement when breathing in, ankle backward. Observe stretching, full stretching of your calf. Give a pause, then forward. Now, we can start with breath. Breathe in, ankle slowly backward. You have to observe the stretching of your calf. Breathe out, forward. Stretch completely. Be aware about the stretching, the associate muscles, your joints, the blood circulation. In this way, we have to do at least 6 to 10 times. Now, let us practice Sukshma Vayam, leg joints practice. So, first we will do ankle bending. So, you have to sit comfortably, stretch your legs in front of your body, your hands should be beside your hips and you can shift your weight on your both hands, legs comfortable, straight and make sure that there should be no any tightness within your body. Now, we can start. First bend your ankle backward, forward. As you breathing in, bend your ankle backward, observe stretching of your calf, breathe out, forward. Again observe stretching within your toes, ankle, that is it. This is the practice for ankle joints. Now, next practice for the knee joints. For this, you have to bend your knee, interlock your fingers and place it under your kneecap. This is the starting practices. Now, breathe in and stretch your leg. Hold for few seconds. This is the position of breathe in. Hold your breath if you can. Now, breathe out, bend your knee. That is it. With same, we have to do by the left leg. First, bend your knee, interlock your fingers and place it under your kneecap. This is the starting pose. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out, bend. So, in this manner, we have to practice this knee bending. So, we can see that first the practice for the toes, then for ankle, knees, after that hip joints. On this way, practices of leg joints is finished. There is pranic and yogic warm up, there is proper flexibility, within the joints, within the associated muscles for the other intermediate and advanced practices. Now, let us move for the hands joints practice. For this, it is better to sit in Vajrasana or any meditative posture. So, first practice of hand joints is stretch your hands, it should be completely straight, shoulder apart. Then first practice is hands clenching. Breathe in, stretch all the fingers, observe blood circulation, flow of, then breathe out, clenching. This is the practice for the fingers. Now, next joints is wrist. So, for wrist, this is one, up, down, this is wrist bending. So, it seems like that you are pushing the wall. Try to make the 90 degree of angle between the wrist. It's fine, that is it. After that, shoulder joints. This is the shoulder socket rotation. It's like this, breathe in, out. You have to do proper rotation movements for the shoulder joints, and your clothes should be comfortable. That is why I mention it, otherwise it is difficult to perform. So, after shoulder joints, the practices are neck movements. So, first we can understand neck movements means neck joints will provide few movements. So, first is forward and backward. So, after breathe out, you have to bend forward and bend your neck like this. Come back to the center and breathe in and bend your neck backward. Center. Second movement is side bending. In this practice, you should not lean forward or backward your neck. Gaze at a fixed point, then bend to the side, center, other side, center. And third movement is turning of the neck. So, for this movements, you have to be aware that your chin should be parallel to the floor. You should not move your neck up or back. You should not tilt it, just you have to turn. Then center, in the same manner other side. Center. So, after that eyes practices. There are so many eyes practices. One is blinking of eyes, then squeeze. So, it is very relaxing for the eyes muscles, for our eyesights. So, for blinking, as its name indicates, you have to blink your eyes fast and frequent like this. Then we can do palming of the eyes. For this, you have to rub the hands together. Then place your hands in front of eyes. This is also very good for the relaxing of the eyes. So, in this way, all the practices of Sukshvayam is completed. The practices of leg joints, hand joints, eyes practices. So, now our body is ready for the other practices, the asanas practices. This is the yogic warm up, and with this yogic warm up,